Greetings and welcome to Tactical Inc., your portal to the captivating realm of all things Lorcana. I'm Bradley.
And I'm Alex. Today we're going to break down all 10 of the keywords that are currently in Disney's Lorcana.
Keywords are a part of effects that are bolded on the card. These keywords each have a specific effect, so let's break down each of them, starting off with Bodyguard.
Bodyguard is a keyword that says, this character may interplay exerted. An opposing character who challenges one of your characters must choose one with Bodyguard if able. A couple of the best examples of bodyguards are Simba, Protective Cub, who's the cheapest bodyguard at only 2 ink, and he's inkable, and he has a good willpower of 3 to keep him safe a little bit longer. Another good example is the Prince Never Gives Up. He's also pretty cheap at only 3 ink, and he has resist +1, really bringing his total willpower up to at least 4.
Yeah, and this is a great mechanic that helps your little guys. If you have 2 on the field at the same time, an opponent can challenge either of them, but can't challenge anything else. One little trick with this keyword that could hurt is by giving Bodyguard character Evasive. If you use a card to give Evasive to an opponent's character with Bodyguard, then by rule, you can select any target to challenge. Using a card like You Can Fly to give a Bodyguard Evasive is an example to get around this keyword.
So as of now, Bodyguard is only seen in 2 colors, being Amber and Steel. One effective way to get out your higher cost bodyguards is to use the card just in time to bring out Maximus Palace Horse or Goofy Musketeer.
The next keyword is Challenger. Challenger says, plus X. While challenging, this character gets plus X strength. So Challenger is made to, you guessed it, challenge characters. It increases your character's strength by X. So for example, Captain Hook Forceful Duelist says Challenger 2. So he gains 2 strength while challenging during your turn.
Yeah, you can really see this coming into play as well with somebody like Merlin Crab, who can bounce in and out of play to give Challenger +3. Or you could attack with Merlin Crab and have him banished during your turn, just to give another one of your characters a higher strength cost as well. Evasive is our next keyword, and it says only characters with Evasive can challenge this character. A few very strong evasive characters are Minnie Mouse Stylish Surfer, who has one of the fastest lore gain at such a low ink cost of only 3 ink, where she gets 2 lore. Then you have a character like Flynn Rider, his own biggest fan, who can just be a deadly game winner when your opponent's hand is completely empty.
And evasive is a keyword that I think is about to go off and be top of meta soon, as more and more evasive cards come out. While Rise of the Floodborn released more removal, there just isn't enough right now to get rid of an army evasive since you can't challenge. Most decks will try to remember to have answers against evasive, which speaks to the power of this keyword.
Some counters to evasive are cards that have evasive on your turn only. Some examples of this are Jafar Royal Vizier, Cruella de Vil Fashionable Cruiser, and Robin Hood Unrivaled Archer.
Moving on to the next keyword, we have Reckless. Reckless says, characters with Reckless can't quest and must challenge if able. Reckless is a keyword you want to make sure you're playing smart with. If you play a Reckless card like Felicia, Always Hungry, and all your opponent has is a character like Cinderella Stouthearted, you're going to have to challenge her with it, and it's pretty much just going to be a waste of a card. Most Reckless cards have higher stats than they usually would for their ink cost. You can also give Reckless to characters by using The Beast is Mine or John Silver to make opponents challenge when they may not want to. One way to get around having to challenge with Reckless is to sing songs with your characters. This exerts them and prevents them from challenging for the turn. And though Reckless cards can't quest, Cogsworth Talking Clock is a character that can help you still get lore with Reckless characters. One problem with this is Cogsworth is Sapphire, and Sapphire currently has 0 Reckless characters.
In fact, all the Reckless characters that you see at the moment are in Ruby. Ruby focuses heavily on challenging, so if you're using your Reckless characters in conjunction with that with someone like Shere Khan, you could see a lot of benefit from using them. The next keyword is Resist. It's a keyword that says resist plus X. Damage dealt to this character is reduced by X.
So Resist is the newest keyword introduced. and it's great against decks that challenge or damage a lot. And I'm hoping we'll see more characters resist in the next set, Into the Inklands, to really bring more impactful resist cards in the game.
Yeah, it's extremely useful as an ability to counter steel because steel has so many ping damage effects. And cards like Fire the Cannons or Grab Your Swords could potentially be completely reduced to nothing if you have resist +2. Some noteworthy characters with resist are Cinderella Stouthearted, who has resist +2, so damage done to her is reduced by 2 every time. And the Prince Never Gives Up, who is a bodyguard at a low cost of only 3 ink with resist +1. You also have Cogsworth Grandfather Clock, who gives all of your other characters resist +1 and is a great character that's featured heavily in the Sapphire Steel deck archetype.
Our next keyword is Rush. Rush says they can challenge the first turn they are played. So Rush is a great offensive weapon to have to surprise your opponents when you play it, and immediately get rid of something they thought was safe. You still can't sing or quest with them the first turn because their ink isn't dry, but they can challenge straight away to remove threats. My favorite Rush card would be Maui, Hero to All. Its 6/5 stat line helps remove most threats, and it's strong enough to survive a turn or two.
Another amazing Rush character we've seen added in Rise of the Floodborn is Madame Mim Fox. She advances your bounce theme as well, and she's a great removal option at the moment because 4 strength gets around this critical 3 willpower that a lot of important characters have. Shift is our next keyword. It's a keyword that says Shift X. You may pay X ink to play this on top of one of your characters named Y. Y is whatever the character's name is on the card. So characters that have the shift ability are always Floodborn characters. And to go along with this, there are several abilities out there that can trigger whenever you play a Floodborn character, such as Bucky, Squirrel Squeak Mentor, who makes your opponent discard a card every time you play a Floodborn character, or Chief Bogo Respected Officer, who deals 1 damage to each of your opponent's characters every time you play a Floodborn. Some of the most common characters that will be shifted in of the Floodborns are Stitch Rockstar, who gets shifted in on turn 4, the Queen Commanding Presence, who can shift in as early as turn 2, Tinkerbell Giant Fairy, who can come in as early as turn 4, and Cinderella Stouthearted, who can come in on turn 5.
If they keep releasing shift cards like they have been, I feel like we're going to see shift cards really run the format. The power to sing higher cost songs earlier due to shifting is incredible. We have turn 5 characters like the Queen Commanding Presence and Fairy Godmother Mystic Armor, potentially being able to come out by turn 2 to immediately give an advantage to your board. One rule to remember is if a shifted card would go to discard, hand, deck, or ink, all cards on the stack go with it.
I've actually had this be helpful to me when an opponent has done that before. If they use something like Let It Go or Hades Infernal Schemer, I'll get extra ink ramp in that situation because that shifted card has another one underneath it, so I'm actually getting 2 extra ink.
The next keyword is Singer. It says Singer X. This character counts as cost X to sing songs. So Singer helps you sing songs faster, which means you can play more powerful cards before your opponent. As of right now, this effect is only in Amber, and there are only 5 cards with this keyword. 2 of the most powerful ones would be Ariel, Spectacular Singer, to help sing powerful songs like Grab Your Swords and A Whole New World, and Cinderella Ballroom Sensation, that can sing powerful early actions like Let the Storm Rage On and Friends on the Other Side.
Singer may be one of the very most powerful, if not the most powerful keyword that we have. And anytime that you see that on a card, it's something to look out for, because say you have a character that has Singer 4, if new songs start coming out at a cost of 4 that are just great cards, then that character is suddenly going to become amazing, just like Ariel and Cinderella are. The next keyword to look at is Support. Support is a keyword that says whenever this character quests, you may add their strength to another chosen character's strength this turn. This keyword may become much more important in Chapter 3 for quickly getting rid of some of the new locations that are being added. A couple examples of cards that have support that can be commonly found in decks are Maximus Palace Horse, who is a bodyguard and has a strength of 4. When questing, he is used as your bodyguard, and then he also adds his strength to another character that you want to challenge with. Another character that can be looked at of interest is Alice Growing Girl, who at the moment hasn't found her place in the meta, but definitely has the potential to get a lot better because she gives all of your other characters support, and as they support her, if her strength gets up to 10, she gains a lot of lore, gaining you 5 lore per turn.
And like Challenger, characters can give strength through support multiple times per turn. You can use a card called Work Together to give Beast Relentless support. Then each time he readies in quest, you can pile up the strength of the character you control to wipe out anything with ease. Our final keyword of the day is Ward. Ward states, opponents can't choose his character except to challenge. Ward is one of those effects that you love to have, but hope your opponent doesn't have it. You have to challenge or use Be Prepared or Lady Tremaine Imperious Queen to get rid of cards with Ward. Aurora Dreaming Guardian is a great card that can give all your other characters Ward, giving you protection from a lot of things currently in the game. Well, that's all for today. Which one is your favorite keyword? Are there any that's too OP? Let us know in the comments below.
Be sure to follow us on social media to keep up with the latest Tactical Inc. news.
And also be sure to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you can tune in every Friday for a new episode of Tactical Inc. See you next week!